Hi everyone. There's a new junction that is quite local to me. Well, not really local. It's about 7 or 8 miles away. It's on the Wirral, and we're going to go and have a little look at it today because it's caused a little bit of a stir in the local press. So we're just going to go and have a little look at the layout and see what the road planners have done. So this is literally the first time that I'm going to attempt and have a look at this junction. I've read the article and it looks as though it's potentially a cross between a roundabout and a junction. So I don't know. There is some concern by a few people who commented on this piece in the local press that they don't really know what to do. So we're going to have a look at it because, again, it could be one of those overcomplicated junctions that literally just don't need to happen. Okay, so we've arrived at our destination, sat-nav, but the junction, I think, is a little touch further over, so I'm just going to keep on going. I think it's down this road ahead of us. I've honestly not seen anything like it in any junction around, so we're just going to hold back for this cyclist, and this is the junction. Wow. Just made sure that people weren't going to turn. Is it a mini roundabout? No. There were no signs on the approach saying anything about a roundabout or anything like that. So I'm just going to turn around the roundabout and go back and have another little look at it from this way. First impressions are you just need to just apply a little bit of common sense. If there's any vehicles who could actually come around in front of you, you need to ensure that they're obviously not going to cause any issues. A common sense approach fixes anything like this. My first impression is why even put a junction like this in? So here it is sort of like a roundabout. Left signal helps these people coming out, and that's what I was waiting for on the first time I did it. But why not just put a mini roundabout in there rather than all those many markings in the middle? I'm not sure of the point in that. It does seem overcomplicated for no reason. Let's go round and have another look. It does make it fairly straightforward because there's only 3 exits, so it's not too much of a big deal. But have a look, there's no signs on the approach warning of anything, so especially at night, maybe you'd just career on through this junction. I'm just going to turn left. So there are no give way lines or anything. It just seems utterly bizarre. Let's park in this space and go and have a look at it. So, what do we think first time round? Well, there's no give way markings. The pedestrian crossing areas are a little bit funny as well. and there's no giveaway markings on the actual approach to the junction. So does that mean you treat it like an unmarked junction where no one's really got priority? Well, possibly. People are doing it at reasonable speed. The pedestrian crossing areas for me are a little funny because there's no sort of like rules to find out what the cars are meant to be doing in relation to the pedestrians. Again, a common sense approach would probably win. When do I cross? Well, if it was a zebra, you'd set foot on the crossing, but there's nothing obvious here, so all I'm going to do is just wait till it's clear from all directions. There's another point about the crossing areas that I've thought of whilst editing, and it's the way that they're sort of black and white. I think some people may be confused that it actually is a zebra crossing and just step out. It does make it awkward to find times for pedestrians to cross. Now, there is a gap coming up, so I'm going to go for this one. Right, fair enough. Let's see how the cyclists deal with it. Straight across. The lad at the back, not seen one of them before. Well, neither have I, mate. Now, even since I've been here, I've only been here maybe 5 or 10 minutes, there's been a fair few people taking photos and coming to have a look because it's been in the local press. Now, it has got a fair bit of attention. The traffic is heavier than I thought, and I honestly don't think it's a good way of controlling the traffic if the traffic is always this heavy on this particular road. Should it cause any major issues? Well, I don't think so. I've seen many different type of road users actually use the junction without a problem, but like I said, I've only been here for 5 minutes. I do, however, think that the road planners have just come up with something that doesn't need to be created. A mini roundabout or just a normal T-junction would suffice in this scenario. I would have concerns about the lack of signs on the approach. I would have concerns about the lack of control with pedestrians crossing. It's not a particularly safe place for pedestrians to cross, especially if you were pushing a pram or even in a wheelchair. I'm not sure that that would be a nice experience at certain times of day. However, it shouldn't really be a big deal if you deal with this junction in a common sense manner. Have you got anything like this in your area? Let me know in the comments, and also let me know what you think about this debacle. Keep safe, everyone. I'll see you soon.